You've been thinking it, but you haven't been hearing it. So get ready, because it's live, and things might get a little messy. Don't hold back, spit it out with Jayson Yessir. And now your host, Jayson Yessir.
Surely ho, young fellow.
Oh my God, who is that in the studio with the accent on, giving me that British vibes? Oh, destroying the studio already.
You know, I come here and be fucking shit up. That
like
is just
normal.
my thing. That's just what I do. Come here and fuck shit up. Sorry.
If you guys don't know, of course, you know by the voice. And if you're watching youtube.com/Jayson Yessir for the first 20 minutes of every episode, you'll see obviously who is here in the studio, the new studio.
The new studio. Love it all.
Thank you. Still work in progress, you know, but it's coming together for week number 2 here. I think it was week number 2 here, but of course we got Miss Trecie Trece in the building.
Do it right. Do it right. I'm the baker, the booty shaker.
Miss
Okay,
Trecie Trece, the baker, the booty shaker. I'm sorry, I don't do it
I've been
anymore.
going a little bit, and then he just don't know how to introduce me, which is very disrespectful at this point.
Well, the thing is, you know, I no longer really do that. We do have an announcer. You heard him, and
Well, he
earlier
didn't
in the
announce
vibes,
me.
and you know, so I think that was the reason.
Fire him. I want him
shit.
fired.
It's the baker, the booty shaker.
Oh!
Miss Shake and Bake. She'll start and ask Quake. Live in person. Pleasure
Okay.
to meet you finally.
Oh, that was so nice, Mr. Announcer. He is a pleasure to have. You know, I pay him for something.
I like him now. We're good. We're good.
So he said it right there. He said the baker, the booty shaker, shake and bake. She'll start an ass quake.
Love it.
He said, "What a pleasure to meet you." So that was nice.
It was a pleasure, Mr.
Finally, he's heard so much about you. He's looked and reflected back because, you know, before I hired him for the podcast, I made sure that he was, you know, an avid listener and that he tuned into prior episodes so he can get the type of feeling and know if this was the right fit for his job, you know, for him, if this was the right job for him. And so fits. And so, yeah, so that's how he knows you. But yeah, thank you so much for, I was thanking him, not you.
Oh, well, fuck you then. Fuck you.
I didn't even know what I was thanking for. But anyways, no, thank you for coming back on the episode. You were here in town.
Of course.
Of course, you're here now for about a week. Just came in last night.
Yes.
Late last night, early this morning, technically.
You know, late night, early mornings is my life, you know. Shout out Drake. No, don't shout out Drake.
She's a mess. Oh my goodness. Now, when the last time you was here was in September, you said, right? September. And I wasn't here. Remember? I was in Puerto Rico.
You were. Oh, I was down here with Kyra, or my sisters.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, they know Kyra. She was on here on the episode.
You guys know who Kyra is. Like, she really held this thing down.
She was here for a couple weeks, like 3 weeks or so. And that, yeah, she was cool. She was just very soft spoken.
You know, I think as she comes on, or
I thought you just called her Ashy.
As she comes on, I think that she'll loosen up, and I think you guys will really like her. She's very personable. Like, you know, her thoughts go mile a minute. Like,
but then again, I don't blame her for being soft spoken at a lot of it too, because she didn't know what was coming at her. She wasn't like prepared for it, and more so, she's like, yeah, I'll come back or whatever. But then it was kind of like last minute that I would tell her. Like, I didn't really give her much of a rundown of what was happening in the episode. You know, sometimes it's just as we go on the fly. So it's not always a rundown or anything like that. But I don't think that she was necessarily so much prepared for that. So she's like, oh, well, you know, I could have brought something to the table if you would have told me so or whatever. But no, yeah, she was lovely. Great to have her. Though, yeah, so you got here last night. You flew down. I got you from the airport.
Yes.
You said your flight wasn't bad. It got delayed just a little bit.
It was actually that was like one of my best flights. Like, usually when I fly, I gotta like take a Benadryl or something like that to like knock me out, because I have like this thing with flying. But like, we got up and then we just coasted, and we got here 2 minutes. Damn. Genies. 2 hours and 6 minutes.
But genies, what is genies?
You know how genies can go.
Oh, genie.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to say genius. Like, no, genius. I thought you were shortening into that too. Yeah, 2 hours. I couldn't believe that. Now, you came from Michigan, so here Michigan down to Florida. But I was like, damn, 2 hours. That just seems super, super quick.
Yeah. No, Yeah, well, I usually fly to Chicago, which is 2 hours and 30 minutes for the flight.
Okay.
And also, and Chicago is 1 hour behind us. So, right now, it's technically, what time is it? Like 10 o'clock? It'll be 9 o'clock there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's usually a little bit later, but I flew out of Indiana, so it cut about 30 minutes.
I just found out real quick because I'm like, it was just over 2 hours, and I'm like, if they really want to, I bet they can get it under 2 hours.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
So that's why I'm like, that seems really, really quick to come from there to there.
For sure. But it was a great flight.
That's good.
So happy to be here. Like,
now that was a short flight, like you said, only 2 hours, and that. So they obviously don't serve food on the.
But they serve alcohol, so I had.
They did have alcohol.
A couple of alcohol. Yes.
Oh, you had how many beverages?
2.
2 beverages. What was you drinking? Dark, one light.
They only got like Bacardi, like mixed drinks, or they have wine. But I had like a Bacardi and ginger ale. So I had 2 of those.
Okay.
They were $18 a piece.
A piece.
A fucking piece. And like a little shooter, like your mom brought from, like little shooters.
We call them nips, but yeah.
Oh, it's nips. Oh, we call them shooters.
Yeah,
little nips.
A lot of people just call them airplane size or
this
airplane
for
bottle.
$18 and a 75-cent can of ginger ale for $18. Highway motherfucking robbery.
That is crazy.
But sure, but I needed to get. So that's what I got. So
you bought 2 of them.
I bought 2 of them.
So $36.
But it knocked me out. I was good. I was cool.
Girl, it knocked me out too. But I just spent $36 on 2 little fucking shit. Now they do say. So I was watching actually the other day. Funny. I think actually the day before you landed, I was watching this quick little documentary on YouTube. One of the free documentaries. It was like not even a half hour, but it was talking about how the airline food is made and how it gets like brought onto the airplane and how they got to make all these meals for all these flights. This was in the like the company was based in the UK or whatever, but they were saying literally 12 hours from when they get the food and receive the food, they have to cook it, prepare it, set it all up, and then because it gets like if you're taking a long flight, it gets reheated on the airline oven, and that's what then fed. And then they were showing like, well, this is what the people in first class get. This is what so. A lot of you might be used to just getting sandwiches, but people in first class are getting like filet mignons and stuff.
See, I've been on both. I've been on the high end and I've been on the low end. So yeah, I've been there both.
But it was interesting to see that they were getting the food early in the morning, like at 5 o'clock that morning, and the food was prepackaged, like sealed in one of the vacuum sealed bags, but it was all already like pre-measured, pre-cut, because everything that goes in these containers has to be weighed out, has to be a certain amount, because they were saying that things that throw off weight has to do with the fuel in the airplane. So a lot of people always wonder like, why are they weighing bags and all that stuff? And lately I've seen a lot of things go viral where people are lying about the weight of their bags, where they'll hang it over the edge of the scale and raise it with their foot. So it looks like the bag's actually all the way on there, but it's not. And people were like, if enough people was to do that, it would really throw off the plane. I think they probably give a little extra every single time. Yeah. But if a lot of people was to say everyone was to do that, it would throw off the plane. And I forgot how many pounds it said, but just so many pounds or grams. I think it was grams because they did metrics, but so many grams over that it takes so much fuel like that could really make something happen where they have to do emergency landing or whatever. That there's not enough fuel because a lot of these planes before it takes off, they really only give the plane enough fuel to get from point A to point B. They don't put extra fuel in a plane. They only put what it is to take to go to that place place. So in the case that it is they're wasting or they're circling around, they'll have to do emergency landing because they wasted all that fuel. Which is crazy. And I think that also probably, I don't know if it has to do with weight or if it's just more, I wonder if it's like a bigger risk of like the plane catching on fire or something if you have more fuel than what it needs.
We shouldn't talk about planes, bitch. I already got this fear of planes and
Well, you're not
yeah, I know I'm
going
not
back in a plane.
I know I'm not, bitch, but I want to travel soon. And I watched a documentary on Netflix about when all the planes, not all the planes, but the Boeing 747
757
is it 757?
Yeah, 757.
Yeah, the Boeing 757. That's
like the big one.
And they had to like stop the planes for months from traveling. They have a whole documentary on Netflix about that and why they had to stop the plane and the negligence that was going on with that company and stuff like that. So that's a very interesting documentary if anybody's interested to look into on Netflix. I think it's called like Plane Tragedies or the Boeing something or yeah, I don't know. It's
probably called like Boeing something. That kind of sounds
like the Boeing something. It's
That's
something
like
like that. But it was very good to watch. It was very informational. It was very interesting to learn about how planes actually operate and like the mechanisms that go into it and stuff like that. So I found that to be very interesting. But also just
they say planes are safer too, though.
And a part of me is just like, ugh, like how?
They say it's safer than a car, but I think it's just the fact that there's so many more cars out there and people driving cars and there's planes up in the sky and that. So there's a higher chance of things happening.
But I also feel like you have a higher chance of dying in a plane versus in a car crash.
I think the most risk you have in a plane of dying is first takeoff or landing. Those are the two times where it's not more so when you're in the air. I think it's takeoff, and that's when the planes sometimes they just combust when on takeoff or like explode. And then obviously landing, if they don't land right, hitting the pavement, like whatever. So I think those are like the most two.
See, I think when I get into planes, and I think I figured it out. I figured it out this trip down here. What it is for me, it's my anxiety once
to get you through the plane ride.
No, yeah, it's always my anxiety. I know that for sure. Yeah. But my anxiety is like higher on takeoff because usually I'm sitting by like a window seat, and I usually don't sit in the middle. So it's always a window seat, and I'm hearing everything. So you know how when the plane backs up and they
that's what they're doing there though.
No, I don't.
They're closing the stuff. They're screwing the stuff back in what they open to put the luggage in.
Oh, yeah, no. See, didn't know that. But, like, just little sounds like that. Look, I don't know. Shit, I just want to make sure I get to point A and B.
But I think that's what it is. I think they're closing the trunk, like.
So, it's like that sound, and then, like, just on takeoff, you're hearing, okay, prepare to take off. Da, 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 da.
That sounded good. It sounded like you did that before.
So it's just like that, and then it's like, oh my god, and like in my head, I'm just like, oh my god, and then
no, it's true.
Once we coast, I'm just like, okay,
once
bitch,
it's past a certain level and all that, and then I always feel like if you have the feeling or if like your ears are gonna pop or so, it's just like that all build up, everything going on. Yeah, just the experience of it, like if you've had it in the past or whatever. So now you're like, oh, is it gonna happen this time or what? Yeah.
What I have to like keep telling myself while I'm in the sky, and my partner told me this all the time, like, you don't die. Nobody died from turbulence. Like, that is not a thing somebody dies from. So I have to keep telling myself, like, nobody dies from turbulence. Nobody dies from turbulence.
Well, that one time.
Oh, bitch, don't fucking.
Well, there was that one time.
See.
No, the guy's name was Turbulence. So,
oh, bitch, I'm not about to play with you. It was all a lie, No, but
yeah. So, but they said that they say it's safer than a car. So, and like I said, I think it's just more so that there's more.
That's just hard
variables on the road and more people out there. But
I don't see it.
It could happen.
They don't talk about trains enough, or I don't hear about trains. A lot of people drive or ride trains, like out of the country. That is their means
out of the
transportation.
Country, but here, I don't think so. I feel like here in the U.S., trains are kind of like down, like looked down upon.
Really?
Like, ooh, you're riding the train? Yeah, I
love the Amtrak. Like when I take the
I've rode the train too before. I'm not looking down upon, but I feel like people would feel like that. Like, oh no, I fly planes. I don't ride trains.
I don't ride trains.
No, train who?
Train who?
The only train they know is
choo-choo.
Just kidding. Oh, choo-choo. Yeah, exactly like you said.
That's all I need to say is choo-choo.
But yeah, so you won't be going back on a plane. You're actually going to drive back.
Yes, I am driving back.
So that's super exciting.
It's not. It's really not. Nothing about it is
I've done it before, so I'm like, been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
Let me borrow your
t-shirt. You got how many
then.
hours you said?
17.
Oh, that's less than what I had actually.
Is it?
Mine, well, no, I think mine was 17, but like I told this story many times before on the podcast that I forgot I had the avoid tolls set up, so it took me like 2 hours extra.
Oh no, baby!
And I didn't realize it.
All the tolls. I'm gonna have a cup of change.
I didn't realize it till I was all the way hit like Pennsylvania, and I'm like, oh shit, I had that still on. I never took it off. Yeah.
Fuck that.
So I think it was like an extra 2 hours that it took me out the way. Besides the stopping and all that stuff, but. Yeah, 17 hours, you do it right and you take your time. That's all. Prepare yourself.
Yeah, that's
and
all
you said
it
you are.
is. That's all it is. Like, I'm literally just preparing myself now. Like, I know what I'm not going to do the day before. I know when I need to get up, you know, how to set up my day. Like, I'm good.
And what's just like you're saying, you're really only going to stop for gas or having to use the bathroom, which makes sense. Like, you're going to have a little
Thursday night or Friday night. I'm
couple snacks in the car, whatever, so you can munch on that, and it would make sense. You don't want to keep stopping and have to get food or whatever and all that, and only stop when you have to.
So my plan is to make it there by Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. So hopefully I can make it there before.
Well, bitch, just realize, like, don't count like I leave at this time, I'm going to get there this time at 17 hours because they're stopping in between and everything and all that.
Of course.
So, like, give yourself more than that. It's probably going to, honestly, it's probably going to be closer to, like, 25.
She said the same thing. That just sounds so disgusting.
It is. It's probably going to be closer to, like, 25 hours. But you got to figure that's going to be the stopping, whatever. Disgusting. You're probably going to get at some point, you're going to be like, you know what? I'll just take, like, an hour nap. And
well, I already told you, I'm stopping in Tennessee for a hotel instead of night over. So, of course, we're a lot for those hours. But I feel like once I say I'm on the road,
but even if it's like you get on the road early in the morning and you're already driving for like 6-7 hours, you might even feel like that, like, oh, I can just use a quick 30-minute nap and then continue.
Where the fuck do you take a 30-minute nap?
You just pull into like a Walmart parking lot and then
take a 30-minute nap in a Walmart parking lot. That sounds like dangerous.
No, that's probably the safest place to do so.
Okay.
A lot of people be in there. But that's what I did. And at the time, I had stuff because obviously when I moved down here, I had stuff in the car. So I just my windows were tinted, but not as much. So I think I had just hung up like a little quick thing if I felt like someone was gonna watch.
You know what's crazy?
I would just make sure to park somewhere too that like no one would really, you know, under like one maybe like the parking that's closest to the curb in the corner and like under a tree where like no one's gonna come around and bother you.
I think what I'm missing that everybody else like you shouldn't do this by yourself is that, and I don't know, I watch a whole bunch of crazy serial killer shit, and I'm just like,
anything can happen,
right? And so I'm like, anything can happen. Also, I'm just like, I'm going to the best of my ability, not put myself in harm's way, or you know, make sure I do X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. So I think that's why I'm not really too much tripping about it, because I'm just like, I'm gonna try to be as safe as possible. Like, bitch, safety dafety. Like, I'm
safety dafety. Never heard that one.
Right? Yeah, that was bad. But you know, I'm trying to be as safe as possible. Like, especially if I got to do it by myself, then I'm just gonna be
the one thing that you really got to prepare yourself for is the gas prices,
bruh. That shit is crazy. $4.20.
We were just talking about it. So yeah, this morning I seen it was saying the national average in the country is $4.17 right now, and the average in here, the state of Florida, is $4.15. It said over the last week it's gone up 55 cents. In one of the highest days, it went up 10 whole cents. And that was just the past, and they're saying probably it's going to continue to go up with the next couple of days or so. So who knows how high it could get? I don't know. But you think you're gonna hit like $6?
I'm walking, or I'm just saying. You already know my ass. I'll stay in the house.
$6. You gonna be halfway? You gonna be in Tennessee? It's gonna be $6.
Bitch, it ain't gonna be $6 by this weekend. Bitch.
You never know.
As long as I can make it home, my car will be parked under that little shit thing. Okay.
You never know. What's your max that is like, okay, I'm not driving? What's your limit?
It just depends. Like, you have to think where I live.
I don't mean not driving either. I mean also like limit where I'm only going from A to B. I'm only going to the grocery store. Like, I'm not going a free ride, do this, whatever. I'm not going to the store just because I want to.
Let's be realistic. You know where I fucking live.
But now with a car, you'll be able to travel a little farther.
What else I got out there?
You tell me, because I ain't see shit. No.
Exactly. So I don't have much to do. I am a stay-at-home girlfriend who's in school and work full-time, both full-time. So, like, I don't do shit, but what I do, clean, wash, schoolwork, work, home. Well, I'm already home.
You're going to have the car now. You're going to have to feel somewhere, whatever. Like, you know what?
Maybe in the summertime. If the summertime and
we're going to be up to $9 at that point.
That's what oh, God. If the gas go past $6 in the summertime, then, like,
I don't know if it's going to last that long.
We're getting the bike.
I don't know if it's going to last that long, because obviously the reason why the gas prices go, well, I'm going to talk about a little bit more. And we ain't trying to get political. It's not a political podcast. But talk about a little bit more. But before we do that, let's go to commercial. We'll be right back. It's already been 20 minutes, girl.
Damn.
Time flies by just like the old times, right?
You know.
So don't go nowhere. Like I said, youtube.com/Jayson Yessir for the first 20 minutes. And then the rest is audio only on your favorite podcast platform. Don't say bye. Just say...
Well, I'm saying bye so they won't see my pretty face.
Pretty.
Catch me on another one.